And they talked on and they said, well, we don't have a place to meet. And we can't keep meeting in this fire station because these men live here. And everything is so expensive out here, we just don't know what we can do. So I spoke out and I said, well, Dr. Langford, you can meet Wednesday night in my house if you want to. And if y'all want to meet in my house, just blow your horn. So it was just, gave me chills because about 12 cars, toot, 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 toot. And so they started meeting in my house for prayer meeting on Wednesday night. And Jim Bishop was there, and most everybody that was on the founders are all moved on, some of them died. And, so we had prayer meeting there. And then it grew so that we outgrew the inside of the house. We needed to go out the garage. And we moved out in the garage. And I think we could hold about 70 in there, crowded. And we brought the piano from outside. And then we had somebody, Mike Hill was made cabinets. He made us a pulpit. And so we started meeting in the garage. And so moved out. And inside the house we had the children. And we had to put the girls up on the deck because the boys would get up there and play. We had 13 children. So anyway, that's how we all got started.
Wow.
And then that's what it was. But it was the sweetest thing starting off that church because there was so much love in it and caring for it. I mean, everybody just, you see movies about how everybody in these little churches pull together. Everybody's interest was for the church, you know.
Wow.
And so it was just sweet.
I believe up here at the fire department. But anyway, we got over time, you got Panama City First Baptist Church and the Funiac First Baptist Church involved, and of course they agreed with us there was a big need for a church here, and people were crying out for something. And between us down here and the two churches, we was able to come together, and Robert and Ralph started looking for property and found this. And to my understanding, the morning they went over, had they been 15 minutes late, we wouldn't have got the property. The lady was going to sell it to someone else. But I believe this church has always been in the will of God, that God ordained this church and He meant for it to be here in Seagrove where it is today. At one point, there was one fellow who was trying to sell it and move it, but it's right where it needs to be. It's all in God's will. And you can look at it, I mean, go from where we started to our beautiful, nice sanctuary. I like to tell people, when we first started, we was in Robert and June's garage up here on 38. And I like to tell people that I was part of it when we went from a one garage church to a two garage church. June had her big white, I believe it was Continental, in one of the garages. And we expanded, so she had to move her car outside where we could have both sides of the garage. And it was fun, it was interesting. Very interesting start. We had a lot of support, and you know, the best thing about it, our biggest supporter was our God, because he saw the need, and he stepped up and did everything he could possibly do to get us where we are here today. We've come a long way. But, you know, from the days of meeting in the back with no heat or air conditioning, the concrete floor, and just chairs scattered around like you would be at a little social gathering. It's always been a very close-knit, unique group of people, and still is here at Seagrove Beach. Good, family-oriented, some of the nicest, friendliest people you can find anywhere. And we're still that way today.
Well, you know, we came to Seagrove Baptist Church in 2001. We joined in Labor Day weekend of 2001. And the main reason we came was it was a loving, kind, and caring church. Everybody was just so friendly to you, and we just had a great time. Our pastor left. We got a new pastor. Seemed like things just kind of chugged along. We'd get a young family every once in a while, but not. We didn't have very many young families, and still, I know, you know, we were working at that, but we just didn't know how or something. We didn't have the wherewithal to get out and get those young families. I think it was August of 2015. We got Mike and Jolene Thornton to come, and Mike was going to be on the staff. That December of 15, our pastor resigned, so that left Mike running the show. Okay? And he did a fantastic job of taking care of the church till we got a pastor. And Mike and Jolene started visiting young families. And lo and behold, we started getting young families because somehow Mike and Jolene, they had the abilities to go out there and witness to them and bring them in. The young families started coming, and they started getting more young families. They started taking leadership positions. They started evangelizing. And it was just, really the growth was unbelievable. Okay, the way the church growed from the time that Mike came with young people until then. And we still had the regular adults were still coming. Okay, we just had some young people to take over positions that needed to. And then when Brother Gary came in 2017, in March 2017, he had the energy and the know-how to get out there and meet people's needs. So we started a community church back there when Mike came, and then Brother Gary just picked it up and ran with it. And I think people really enjoys. I know personally, I really enjoy seeing those children get up and go to children's church.
Okay, well, I've just enjoyed being a member. I hadn't been a member that long, but I've enjoyed coming to the church for many, many years. I've met a lot of people. I've seen the church really progress as it went along, and it's just been a wonderful experience, and I feel the Lord has really done a good job, and I hope I've done a little bit along the line myself, but overall, have a lot of friends, and just enjoy. Every Sunday is my day coming to church and being with people I've met, and friends, and so forth. But I didn't join the church when I come back. In fact, my wife did before she passed away. Mm-hmm. But I did join the church a little over a year ago now, mm-hmm. and it's just been a blessing for me. And the people are so fantastic. It's great.
Thought it was mighty wonderful and gracious of Robert and June to, opened that all up every time we met, every Sunday we met. And they were just really sweet people. I would say faithfulness. Don't, always God first. Always. And it'll work. Things may look slim, but He takes care of it. He takes care of us.